could you see yourself doing this? Could you see your team coming together to do this? I love how Jen's working with the girls on her team to make this happen, because as you work with your team and you work with your community of men and women, a lot happens in that planning stage too. You come together, you're closer, you feel more of that team aspect of things. So Jen, although your opportunity event is successful, I think behind the scenes of that is a lot of really good stuff that has happened because you guys have worked together to create this event. And so that's kind of magical too. So I'm going to turn it over to you. And if you want me to actually pull up your Facebook page while you're talking to kind of share what you're doing, if that helps you explain, just let me know.
Okay. Hi, everybody. So basically, I've been in direct sales now for almost 10 years. So I've been doing opportunity events for my team for a very, very long time. And I've tried several different things, several different ways. And so far, this is my favorite. So I don't like to share anything until I've tried it and it works. So this is our second one that we're doing today. We did one 2 weeks ago. And I'm going to kind of share what we're doing and the why behind why I'm doing it that way. So one of my girls on my team came to me and said, hey, I'm in a group and I'm seeing them do an opportunity event right in their team page. And I had seen this in my previous direct sales life, and I had not ever done it in my team page because the one thing you have to think through is you have to remove people if they don't join your page. So I always started a new group page, and that was where everyone would have to migrate to, people that had recruits, the recruits, and every month I had to create a new group. With new girls, as you know, there's a lot of stuff to tell them. And I think creating another group, because we're already on so many groups, was overwhelming. And it was also difficult for it to be in their news feed. So I'll just say I'm enjoying having it right in my team page because all of my girls are already there. So if they're new and even if they don't have recruits, they're seeing what's happening, right, for the whole event. So
and can you stop for a second? I should have introed you better. Can you please share how many people are on your team? Because if you're on this call and you've got a team of 600, I'm not saying this is something for your team of 600, but I'm saying, do you have a director on your team or a senior director on your team, and you could envision her pulling in her team to do something like this? So how many people, how large is your team right now?
Yeah, I have almost 65 people. So I'm pretty young in my Zaya career here, but yeah. So if you have 600 people, that might look different. I probably would have a separate group because that would be a lot then to manage adding and subtracting people from your team page.
Right.
So, but what my goal was to kind of give them a sneak peek of who we are and what we are all about and adding them to our team page. It's like we're welcoming you into the club for 24 hours. So, what Robin talked about, which I've been trying to do a better job of, I feel like Zaya's like having my second child. Everything that I made mistakes on my first time around, I'm trying to do a little better this time around. So I used to do everything myself all the time. And I think that over time, it becomes really hard for girls to take a leadership role when you do all the things. So I've really been pushing girls that are reps, girls that are director, to take a role in this. So I've had everybody doing a little of this and a little of that. A rep on my team, actually the first time around, created all the content of the slides. So basically, let me just kind of lay out the day for you. We invite people to come and they request to join our team page. That goes on for about a week before the event. And then I approve everybody into my team page around 11:45 a.m. On today. And then my content starts at noon. We have content from noon until 9. And then at 9, I go live. And so I'll get into that a little bit. But in terms of like how that got set up, I had a girl on my team that created all of that slide content. And what the slide content just is just all the stuff that you guys know, all the stuff that you could throw up about Zaya. Oh, it's a new company. It's an amazing leadership. We have incentives. We have all this great stuff. It's really, that's all that is. However, in my opinion, what really hooks somebody to try direct sales is not really that. It's really the emotion behind signing up. It's the getting them past the fear of whatever it is that's keeping them from trying direct sales. So while I have all that content happening through the day, and it gives them all that nitty gritty detail about Zaya and answers all the questions, how much it is and all these things, right? What I have sprinkled in throughout the day is I have a couple girls who are really fun and do a ton of TikToks. Well, they sprinkle in TikTok videos through the day. This time around, because I watched the other idea, is I have two girls who posted their why video of why they're part of Zaya, what it's meant to them. And I've really asked them to kind of bring the heart of it. So they'll be posting that throughout the day. And then my favorite part that I couldn't figure out how to end cap it the last time, and I really loved how it turned out. I kind of decided on it the day of. I wasn't sure if I would do a Zoom so I could see people's faces or if I was going to go live on the page. I went back and forth, and my thought was it would be a lot to ask people to get onto Zoom. You know how it goes. And I thought it would just be better to go live right on the page. I already have them engaged. They don't have to go somewhere else. And then they can watch it later, even if they can't be on live. But what I did was I invited one of the girls on my team. She was able to actually come to my house, which you could do a split screen. You don't have to have them at your house. But I set up 2 chairs and I did an interview, and I asked her 3 questions. And the 3 questions were really getting at the emotion stuff. So, you know, what surprised you most about Zaya? What was the scariest thing for you about signing up? Like, just a few questions that really got to the heart of her. And like tonight I'm interviewing a different girl on my team, and my questions are going to be different for her because her situation is different. She's a full-time nurse and a mom of 3, and she's going to school full-time, and somehow she's fitting in Zaya. So my questions will be a little different, but I think really it's the heart pieces that suck people in. And so the whole thing overall we had over 20 people join the first event, and about half signed up. And then we've had over 20 join for this event today, which I feel like in a couple of weeks, getting 40 people engaged is pretty good numbers. Our team numbers really doubled from December to the end of January. So I feel like it's working. So I'm happy to share it with you guys. I would love for it to help anybody else too.
I just think it's a different vehicle. I think sometimes these discover pages are so good, and Us Unfiltered is so good, but they're removed from us. This is us taking stake in the game. This is our teams putting this on. It's kind of like Us Unfiltered in its own way. So those of you who don't yet have a team Facebook page, maybe now's the time to open that up. Maybe open up your Facebook team page. Becky, I know you already have one, but open it up now and then schedule this a month from now, and see if your team was on board and do something like this. Obviously, it was successful. So can you explain, Jen, how if they end up not signing up by this time, how does that work as far as?
Oh yeah, sorry, I did forget. I forgot to mention that part. So I share with the girls are basically giving them a 24-hour pass onto our team page. And that, because that's the other piece of this that's good about them being on the team page, because at the end of that 24 hours, it's an action step for my girls to reach out and say, thanks so much for joining. I love that you were there. I don't want to take you out of our group. I hope you want to stay, right? So it's kind of like, I either have to remove you from the group or you sign up and stay. So I feel like it kind of brings the whole thing to a closure.
Yeah, I love that. I was going to say something else in regards to that.
You know what? I thought of one more quick thing I wanted to mention about the team page.
Yeah.
One of the things that I've decided at this point for right now, and what I've told all my girls, is we're going to lead from this team page together. It's not just my team page. It's our team page. I feel like in my past, again, my girls all ran when they became directors to set up a team page. And basically we were all developing the same content, and it was very, very overwhelming for my directors on my team. So I love that I'm pushing them to lead right there. I think that takes a lot of the pressure off. Now, I don't know how that looks once I have 600 people, but I'm saying for right now, that's working really well, because what I'm seeing is my girls aren't intimidated to recruit because they know there's not like a launching board. I'm a director. Now I have to go off on my own and reinvent the wheel. So it also takes some of the pressure off of me in developing all of this kind of stuff. So
And I love how the next day after her first event, she just so happened to highlight successes of what her team was doing. So, Nicole, congratulations, you're rocking the month. I can't believe you just did X, Y, and Z. And oh my gosh, Shayna, she purposefully did that because those girls are in, they're watching from the event the day before. They're still in there, and she strategically planted those seeds for them, saying, "Oh my gosh, I could be successful in this too." It was really, really smart.
So I didn't rush anybody to boot them off. And I figured if they didn't want to be there anymore, they would leave. Right. And since they were still there, I mean, it just made sense to make sure they could see us all shining bright like diamonds and having a great time. So they were like, "Hey, do you know my girls are still there?" I said, "Yes, I do. Why do you think I'm posting all this
Right.
today?" So yeah.
I love it. Do you guys have any questions about this type of event before Jen hops off?
Did you change the name of your team page
No.
when you just kept it the same?
Yeah, no,
Okay.
I'm keeping it the same.
Okay.
My team page is a group, so I don't know if you know that, but if you change your group name, you can't change it back for 30 days.
Right. Oh, okay. Wow. All right. Well, fortunately, I haven't done that. Robin, I think you had some people waiting to get in. I don't know if you were able to let them in or not from the WhatsApp. They were saying. But thanks, Jen. That was great.
Oh,
Jen, do you use a Post My Party for your day of stuff?
Yes, thank you for asking that. So like I said, the first time around, my girl, really because I wanted to give her a leadership role in this because she brought this event idea to me. She created all of it the first time around, and it's a lot of content. And so yesterday I spent quite some time building it into Post My Party because I don't want to spend my time worrying about, scheduling all these posts and stuff. So yeah, that's in Post My Party now, the bulk of that, so that I can focus on the more personal touches throughout the day.
And that's what I was wondering. I would love to see that I would change it up, but I would love to see what you guys do instead of reinventing that.
Yeah. Yeah, we can figure that out. Just getting that.
Yeah, I'll just message you. That's
as long as if I share it with anyone, if you could just please. I went my first couple months in this. I must have changed my password 25 times just because.
I came from the Facebook jail generation. So I started when, oh my gosh, we couldn't get into our accounts for months. So I would not use any of your original content, but yeah, I would love to see it. So we could just,
yeah, just why don't you message me?
I will.
Another thing that I want to share that I've seen Jen do, she's very brave about, okay, let's back up. She's built this amazing community in her team. So her team knows that she's not just there for herself. She's there for them. She wants them to succeed. They know all that. So by saying that, she's very open about her goals. So February 1st, she posted, "I'm going for executive. This is what it means. As a team, we have to sell $50,000. Let's do this. Let's go." And she actually has a little tracker that shows where they're at. And she's telling them, today we're at 26,000. We should be at 30. We're behind. Let's go. And they are pulling together. I think it's very brave and bold. And when I talked to Jen about it, I said, if this feels right in your gut, if it feels like, you know what, I built this community and this is something I'm comfortable with, then do it. I know a lot of us, that's like, oh my gosh, I could never do that. But she's built that type of community. So I think it's super cool.
So I want to share a little bit about that. So again, this is my second child. So my first child, I never would have shared a peep about anything. And for 9 years, I didn't share anything. And then I saw other people who did, and I saw what their teams did. So one, I feel really confident that I'm supporting my downline right now and that they know that I'm not just showing up this month and suddenly wanting them to do something for me. So obviously that makes a difference. But what I want to share is twofold. If I don't share big goals with them, why should they have big goals? But number two, guess what? This is my third time telling them I'm going for it. I didn't make it the first 2 times, but guess what? I didn't stop. I didn't get negative. I didn't go off the grid. I just keep running hard. And you know what? I'm going to go for it again this month. And if I don't get it, I'm going to start selling kids on the corner to sell leggings to get it this month. But they need to see it's okay. Set a big goal, run hard. And it may not happen. But the other thing is I'm rooting for a girl on my team to director rank advance this month just as hard. I'm just as focused on her numbers as I am my own. And I said, when it's your turn, we're going to all, I got goosebumps saying this. When it's your turn, we're all coming for you. We're going to rally around you doing it. So I don't know. I'm trying to create something that's beyond like, oh, it's about me. I'm trying to create like, we're here for each other. And so I feel like they can be there for me too. Right. I mean, so yeah, it was very outside the box for me to do it. I was a little nervous about it, but I feel good about it. I feel like I've gotten good feedback. So.
No, it's awesome. I've seen Nikki Langer's team do that as well. And it's just really cool to see everybody rally together for that. So Jen, thank you so much. I know your day is swamped with this opportunity event. So if you need to hop off, go for it. If you want to stay on, great. Okay, guys, next I'm going to move on to something else that you've probably seen other companies doing, or maybe other Zaya reps doing or teams doing, and that is mega parties. And I've been on this end of them, and I just don't know where I'm at with mega parties. And basically what a mega party is you have a team that pulls together, again, community working together on one big event, and you're doing one big Facebook party with every rep's link. And the reps are inviting their VIPs in, they're inviting their best customers, they're encouraging their customers and VIPs to invite their friends and family in, and it's one big event. So Vegan Baiting has a girl on her level 1 named Kristen Reese, and she did one 2 weeks ago. Let me give you some stats on this because I think this is what opened my eyes to this. Again, this is something that you with a team of 600 may not do, but look at your team and say, okay, I could see her team. I'm trying to think of somebody who's on here. I could see Lexi's team doing this, her taking her team and running with it. So I want to share it, and then you can share out to your teams. So she has 76 reps on her team. 50 reps participated in the event. 909 members were invited into the Facebook event. 300 people ordered that week. It was run Monday through Friday, no extension. They sold 25,000 and they booked over 60 parties. Okay, so I thought that was pretty dang good. So if you guys want me to, I can open up her Facebook. They call it the Share the Love party. Do you want me to open it and just kind of scroll? They did everything from here's how we make cake balls to a wine challenge where you had to like put the wine in your leggings and do something, and lots of different things that weren't just selling Zaya. It was fun. It was interactive. There were TikToks, there were lives, and there were giveaways. So from the 50 reps that participated, everybody pitched in $15. And they used that money for prizes. If you interacted, you got prizes. If you took part in this challenge, you got prizes. If you ordered, you were entered to win prizes. If you booked a party, you were entered to win prizes. And all those prizes were given on Saturday. Again, no extension, Monday through Friday party with prizes on Saturday. Again, I think that is all remarkable, but what else happens is that team building. Because I get to work with you guys, but not like that. Not where we're like, okay, Becky, you're going on at 10, and what are you going to, where we're Zooming and we're talking and we're planning ahead of time. I think there's a lot to be said for that as well. So do you guys want me to share my screen, or do you want me to go ahead, Jen, or do you want?
I have a couple like questions logistics wise. So, because I've seen this concept and I haven't tried it. So so everybody had a shopping link, right? All the 50 different people who joined us, they all had their own shopping link for the event. Did they post those at the top of this page somewhere, or was it like follow up with your consultant? I'm just curious how they handled that piece, because I feel like it's kind of a big piece.
It is. So in the description, they had a link tree, which I've never heard of Linktree, but it's where you click on the link, and once you open it up, all the different shopping links are listed. And they also have that Linktree under announcements too.
A lot of people use that on Instagram to have more items under their bio. You can click on it and it gives you a lot of different options to click on. It's like an add-on link.
And then my second question is, how many people were they required to add so many people to be part of the event themselves?
I don't know the answer to that.
Okay.
Whose team was this, you said?
I think it was Kristen Reese. She's Megan's lover.
Oh, she was one of the executives on the coffee chat with me. Okay.
Was she? Okay. Now, there's a flip side. Like my mom said she's been invited, or I've been invited to one and I barely paid attention. My mom, she gave me her opinion. She's like, I felt like I was invited to this huge thing and there were like 1,000 people and I don't even know where my rep was. Like she wasn't there the whole time. And that was a different company. So you would definitely want to make sure that everybody's got their part. You can see your rep's face or she's communicating with you behind the scenes. Hey, thanks for joining. By the way, today we're going to talk about this. Be sure to get on that challenge. Somebody else suggested at the very beginning, when you're inviting those customers into this party, make a little invitation and include your link to shop. That personal message will go a long way, as all of us know. So there's different things you can do to make it personal instead of being like, boom, here's this event. It's huge and you're one of 1,000, right? Because that's no good either. We want to let people know that we respect their time and we acknowledge them and we care about our customers. So I'm sure I could probably add you guys to it. I guess I don't know for sure, but I'm sure she probably wouldn't mind. Or do you want me to open it up? You want to take the time to look at it? Feedback.
Sure.
Okay, real quick here.
To update my wardrobe. My husband kept telling me to get rid of all the stuff from high school. You know, when you put on a pair of shorts and the elastic kind of like snaps instead of just, you know, kind of opens nicely. I was getting tired of that. So I jumped on Messiah. But why I keep going with Messiah, there are so many reasons. I've got 2 kids under 2.
Can you guys still hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I think it was called sharing. And what's cool about it is you can definitely tell she utilized different skill sets in her team. You know, if somebody's good with the TikToks, if somebody's good with creating graphics or doing the invitation, like they utilize the different skill sets. So over here under the descriptor, that's where that link tree is. Now I clicked on that today. Sorry, I apologize. I clicked on that today and it's no longer all the links because as you know, the event is closed. But when they clicked on this, I saw it the other day and it had everybody's links. Okay, so here's prizes. A water bottle giveaway. I want to show you how cute their thank you was at the end. Look at this. Made blessings, I turned that into money. They gotta never settle. This view is so much better. I'm chilling, I'm winning, like on another level. Oh, you can talk all you want. See me as a prayer, nothing I'm afraid of, and I can have it all. So you can see, I mean, and I think at the end of this event, they ended up adding 8 reps to their team as well. So just something to think about. I am more than certain that Kristen would chat with you and share ideas if you decided to do something like this with your teams. So I just wanted to kind of show you that. Any questions? I don't know if I'd be able to answer them, but I think some of these things they're time consuming, but they pay off in more ways than one. And sometimes I think, how do we get our team to move? How do I get her to hit director? And how, you know, sometimes something like this is going to spark something in somebody who's maybe been sitting at 0 for a couple months. I know Kristen said that by doing this, it did spark some things in some people. And they're like, you know what? Now I think I'm more comfortable going live. I saw how you did that. And I think I can do that. And they saw something in themselves from this event. Any questions?
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Yeah, I think so too. I think and I noticed they did not do thank yous. They did like Thursday thank yous instead of like every time somebody orders, they do a separate post. But at the end of the day, they said, thank you to our Friday shoppers. And then they posted those below. And each rep posted her own, obviously. So I think it's super doable. I don't think it's like hard. I think in the end it'd be a lot of fun. Okay. What else did I want to chat about? Oh, I do want to share with you guys that Megan, Jackie, Jamie, some of us are working on a onboarding checklist and a sponsor checklist. So that's coming down the pipe. I know that's something that we have been missing. So look for that. It could be a month or so down the road. And then Sav, I wanted you to share really quickly. I think you do a great job of like meeting with your team. Like you guys seem to have like coffee chats often or wind down events, and it doesn't necessarily mean that everybody on your team joins, but I love that community that you're creating. Can you kind of talk about some of the things that you're doing?
Yeah. So I started doing it myself a few like November, December, and just kind of having I have no topic, but come on and what questions do you have? And I got so many messages from people saying they are their favorite event, not getting on to listen to a specific training, but just to talk and be like, oh, you have this idea, or here, this is how I fix this problem. So I got all my directors and above together and said, hey, I've heard from you that you guys like this too, but I need you guys to help me with these. And so we kind of put together a little graphic, and it's like Tribe Time, because Zaya Tribe is our group, Tribe Time. And we have 3 different things we do. We have coffee chats on Saturdays, not every Saturday, but it's once a month. I can send the graphics in our team chat just so you know what I'm talking about. And then because we figured that might be helpful for some people who have busy nights during the week. Once a month, we do a happy hour. So on a Thursday night, we grab a beverage and we talk. And then once a month on the 3rd Thursday of the month, so tonight, we have a booking blitz. So we all get on and I put music over and we just ask for parties. And it's a different crowd each time. One time with our power hour, we had so I asked each director, I said, hey, are you willing to give like a $20 gift card or $25 gift card to Zaya? And I will match that. So we'll draw 2 winners and I will pay for one no matter what for anyone who comes tonight. And then if it's your team that is the other person, you will pay for one too. And we got so many people to show up like that. And then everyone's like, gosh, why don't I get on these power hours? It's like, oh, it's late at night. But then when they get on them, they're always so glad they do. So we get more people and more people each time because I suck at sitting down and asking. So making it on my calendar is so helpful. And another thing I do in my team group is I use the events, because I don't know about you guys, but it's very overwhelming seeing all the different events that come through. Join this call, join that call. So if there's something our team is doing, my team, and then I also try and add in, like, if there's a really big call from Connect or Zaya Life, I use the events section of our team page. So people get reminders. And every time I make an event, I can click invite all. So they'll get a notification to it, because otherwise, you just have so many different events. So that's kind of what we do. We've been doing it for a couple months, and it's been great because I get on and I can just sit in the background too on some of those calls and learn. And people are relating to a different director more than they're going to relate to me, so they're finding different people on the team that they relate to better and have something in common with.
Yep. I love it. I love your reminder. So she's saying she has a group. Within her group, there is events, and she puts those events into a Facebook event, and you get a reminder. So it is really nice. I just think when I think back to where my success comes from, it's from meeting with small groups. So if you're like, gosh, I just can't get there, like pull in that senior rep with her 3 girls and just do a small call with them and talk about, what do you guys having struggles with? What can I help you with? Let's talk through that. Those little Zoom calls, I know they're time consuming, but they're also energizing. They're energizing for me as a leader. I always feel so good after I get off something like that. So same thing with you. I really encourage you guys to be doing those, pulling in small groups, pulling in groups that are going for a certain goal, and just having short Zoom calls, because then that's going to spiral down. If they see you doing that as their leader, then they're going to do it, because someday you're not going to be able to do all those calls all the way down. So you guys are doing an awesome job. I mean, you guys are, all of you on here, you truly work your tails off. I see it. I appreciate it. I feel like I am blessed with the very best. So thanks for hopping on today. Do you guys have any questions before we go?
Allie, I don't know if you're gonna be able to see my screen. So when you're in your group, so any group, like you could do it for, let me see if I can show you.
Well,
Go
I-
to any party
I'll
you
just-
have.
I'll just show her one.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm in my
Perfect.
AVIP group and I'm looking around like, where's events? I don't see it.
So let's
Yeah,
go
it's at the
leading
top.
together. And then go to events, and then you're going to create an event.
Oh, that's weird. Mine doesn't have that.
You might
It
want
just
to
goes
Google why
topics.
not. Maybe you need to change the
Okay.
type of group you have. Because I know I didn't used to have a units tab. So like for my team, I have a units tab that has all of our trainings and like what to do when you get started. And I didn't used to have it. I had to add it. And it's like in your group settings, what kind of
Oh,
group you have.
okay.
Is it just a general? Is it a shopping? So you might need to check that too. I can see what
All
mine
right,
is.
cool.
See.
I'll figure it out.
Okay. Let me know if you don't.
I figured it would be a button, but I didn't see a button. So
Yeah, mine's
okay,
a
I will
general.
like,
So
okay.
somewhere in there you can add it.
It's a general, okay. I'll figure it out. Because my friend is throwing me a beauty counter party right now, and she did like an event for her live last night, and I was like, oh, that's really smart.
Oh,
I
Because-
like that. I haven't done it in parties. Good idea. That'd be good
Yeah.
for Verb because I've been trying to figure out how to post a link and be like, you guys aren't even gonna know I'm doing this if I use Verb at
Yeah.
some point.
It was really good because I was like, oh, there's an event. And I'm like, oh, she's going live at 7:30. And so then I had 7:30 in my head and was like
Ah.
paying attention when it came up versus like, I'm so random, I just go live,
Right.
which is
Yeah.
fine too, I guess. But it was, I don't know, it made me join. So,
gosh, I love that.
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah.
So I was looking while you guys were talking under settings, there's a group type and social learning organizes it into units. Like right now, mine is set to general. And then there is a social learning type. But I remember struggling to find events too. So I'm going to go try to see if I can figure that out. But that's where the unit piece is under group type.
I need that.
So,
to
and
be
mine
together.
is a general group. So I can tell you that much. And I do have events and it used to be called units and now it's called guides for like the educational piece. So there should be a way to at least just add the event in if you don't want to change if you're already
Oh,
set
so
to
you didn't
general.
have to change it. Okay.
No, mine's set to general right now. I just looked.
Oh,
Um,
guys.
yeah, mine
there's
says
a
group
add
type
extra
general.
features.
And
What was that?
there's actually a section for guides on mine and it has a button
Yeah.
that says add
Yep.
if I want to add it.
Yes. Okay.
Figure out the event thing. Okay.
Awesome, you guys. Thank you for hopping on.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye guys. Have a good day.
Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.